ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe. Pepper boss, right? Really good looking pepper boss. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Marvel Select figure review on the Disney Store exclusive Marvel Select Avenging Hawkeye. Get some pretty standard packaging from Marvel Select over here. It looks like this is the Hawkeye from the Fraction books, which I think is cool. Yep, you get that artwork right over there, right from the Fraction books. Can't remember the name of the artist. And then there's a figure over there that says marvelstore.com. That's where you can most easily get this figure. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Hawkeye out of the packaging. Not a bad looking figure at all. I really like the sculpt of this. Very much resembles a likeness from the current comics or from Fractions comics. And I really like the accessories that come with this guy too. He comes with a lot of accessories. So let's take a closer look at all of those and then we'll take a closer look at Clint Barton. Here's Lucky the pizza dog. Looking very cute. He's a good doggy. Yeah, this is a very cool looking dog though. It's not articulated at all, but I think it's sculpted and painted really well. You get some color variation and you can tell it's supposed to look like fur over here. It doesn't feel like fur, but it looks like fur pretty well. Nice paint apps right there around the collar. Tiny bit of paint smearing right there over the ear, but not so bad. Good looking dog. I like this. I can see a lot of people using this as a Cosmo custom though right away. I mean, that's what I thought as soon as I saw this. I'm like, ooh, Cosmo! And it's a pretty decent sized dog figure. Here he is next to Hawkeye, so they look pretty good standing side by side. And then next to Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man, here that is. So you could use him for a Marvel Legends display. Cosmo. The Hawkeye comes with this really cool arrow gun, which is something kind of unique for me. I haven't seen that before. You can see the little tiny arrows sculpted right in there. You cannot remove those, but you can remove the gun from the holster like so. And then this part of the bow you can remove right over here. And then you just put them together and it makes like this mini crossbow gun kind of thing, which I am not familiar with. I've never heard of or seen such a thing. I think it's a pretty cool accessory, especially because you could take it apart and store it right back over there. And Hawkeye comes with two right hands, so this is the pulling back arrow hand right over here. You just remove that like and put this one in right over there. You can see there's a little bit of paint chipping right there on my finger, but not too bad. Then this is kind of more like that gun holding hand right over here. Then he comes with this compound bow, which looks pretty cool. You can see the pulley system and everything like that. And I like the silver paint apps over here, some light purple, so it looks pretty good. You just can't really pull it back, and yeah, that's not really working out too well, but I guess you can leave it. Yeah, it's gonna look weird. I suggest you don't pull on this. The figure comes with 6 different arrows. You have this regular arrow, the bola arrow. These both look like boomerang arrows. I thought they're supposed to be different, but they look very, very similar. So I think these are both the boomerang arrows. This is the sonic arrow, and then this is the acid tip arrow. I really like that gunmetal color that they have for the end of them, and then you have some nice purple paint right there at the other end for the feathers. This one didn't come out looking too good, but for the most part, they look pretty good. But one of my complaints with this figure is that neither of the 2 quivers the figure comes with actually store any of the arrows. You have these fake arrows hanging out, and same thing with this one over here on his hip. Neither of them can store arrows. So the figure comes with 2 head sculpts. This is the sunglasses one, obviously. You can see they use some pink paint right there on his mouth. The paint gets a little weird on the back of his head. Not a big deal. It looks like they kind of missed some sculpting too. But I do like the front of the figure. The face looks pretty good. I like the expression. He's got a very serious look. The eyebrows came out pretty clean. The sunglasses have a purplish hue to them. And I really like the spiky hair right here at the top too. That looks pretty good. And you get some color variation also. Then here's the bandaged faced one with no sunglasses. Looking pretty cool. I like the facial expression. Like, what? Is it my fault? Like, I think that's pretty cool. Again, very light color for the flesh tone. You get a weird notch right there in his neck, which I didn't notice earlier. The paint and the sculpt looks better on the back of the head on this head sculpt though. I think it's about the same kind of hair sculpt that we got before, but I think this just looks a little bit better. I think out of the 2 of them, I may like this head sculpt a little bit more. I'm not sure. Then looking at the rest of the figure, I like the straps right there over his shoulders. I really like that color variation right there. We get some highlights and everything over that dark gray color, which looks pretty cool. I think his arms are a little too big for how big his chest is. I feel like the muscles on him aren't really consistent, but it doesn't really look too bad. I do like the wrinkles a lot, and the shirt over here and the belt came out looking pretty good. I saw something on the History Channel about warrior archers would actually have the quiver on the right side of their hip so that they could just grab them and shoot really quickly. Because if you have them on your back and you jump off of something, they're likely to fall off. Then the pants have this nice wear to them too, which I think is really cool. I love that kind of weathering effect. I think it looks really badass. And nice sculpted wrinkles. The buckles look pretty good. His boots look alright. It does have peg holes at the bottom of his feet. And the wrinkles look consistent in the back of those knee joints over there. Hawkeye butt. Hawkeye quiver number 2. Looking pretty good. Now articulation wise, it is a bit frustrating. I'm a bit disappointed. He cannot really look up so well. He can look down a little bit, and his head could rotate side to side, and he does have some neck pivot. Shoulders move outward. They can rotate forward. He has a bicep swivel and a single jointed elbow. You can't give an archer a single jointed elbow, man. God damn it. Now he can't really fire an arrow. I'm very frustrated with with that because you can't really make it look like he's pulling back, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't look right. And the other thing that bums me out is that you can't even make it look like he's reaching back for an arrow over here too, because his elbow won't bend twice. Oh, he's just waving at people, so that's very frustrating. And he has wrists that swivel side to side, and they both hinge up and down. I wish this left side over here had a hinge that moved side to side like a rolling the dice motion, so you didn't have this weird angle when you straighten out his elbow and have him holding it like that. I think that looks a bit weird. The diaphragm joint rotates side to side a bit. It crunches forward and back. You do get a waist joint that works out very well. The belt is a separate piece, so you don't have to worry about that hindering the waist swivel. His hip joints move outward. He can kick forward a bit and moves back a lot. He has an above the knee swivel over here. He has double jointed knees, and then he has a boot rotation, which I think they could have sacrificed for the double jointed elbows. And the ankles do move down, up, and he does have beautiful ankle pivots. This being a select figure, Hawkeye stands at 7.5 inches tall. Here's our Marvel Select Marvel Now Hawkeye compared to our classic Marvel Select Hawkeye, and you can see they stand more or less about the same height. And you can see our Marvel Select Hawkeye compared to the Marvel Legends Modern Hawkeye. You could really see how pale this figure is compared to that one with the flesh tone over there. Very similar designs for these costumes, just slightly different. Then here's Hawkeye compared to the latest Thor figure that we got from Diamond Select. And here he is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. So I know I had a lot of complaints about this figure, but there are things I really do like about it. I really do like the paint sculpt of the figure overall. We get a lot of really cool accessories. It's just that if you want to pose your Hawkeye figure in a way where he's shooting arrows, this is not the figure for you. Otherwise, pretty good figure. Anyway, hope you guys liked my review. If you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button right over there at the top, and check out my last 2 videos right over here. And do not forget to go to MarvelousNews.com for the latest in Marvel-related news and a photo gallery from this review. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
It does feel like, well, it doesn't feel like